Welcome to another episode of English Podcast.
Each session is a chance to practice, learn, and enjoy English naturally at your own pace.
Remember to subscribe and give us a like if you find it useful. It was a blustery autumn evening. You know, the kind where leaves swirl around you like tiny dancers. I was walking home from the library, head down against the wind, when I heard a tiny whimper. Whimper means a small, sad cry.
Oh, I can picture that perfectly. Those crisp autumn evenings can be quite magical, but also a bit lonely. I wonder what kind of whimper it was.
It was a soft, almost hesitant sound, like something or someone needed help. I stopped and looked around. At first, I didn't see anything. The streetlights were casting long, spooky shadows.
Spooky shadows. This is getting interesting. I bet you were a little nervous, weren't you? It's getting dark. You hear a mysterious sound. What happened next?
Well, a little, yes. I took a deep breath and called out, "Hello? Is anyone there?" And that's when I saw it. A small, fluffy dog huddled under a bush, shivering. It looked lost and scared.
Ah, a lost and scared puppy. My heart is melting already. Huddled, by the way, means curled up close together, usually for warmth or protection.
Exactly. It was huddled there, trying to stay warm. It had big, brown eyes that looked right at me, full of, well, I don't know, maybe hope? And its tail gave a tiny wag. Just a tiny one.
Oh, a tiny wag. That's a good sign. So, this is where your dilemma begins. A cute, lost dog on a cold autumn evening. What did you do?
So, there I was, walking back from the library, lost in thought about the book I'd just borrowed, a thrilling mystery, by the way. And suddenly, I felt a nudge at my hand. I looked down, and there it was, a scruffy little dog, tail wagging furiously, looking up at me with big, hopeful eyes.
Ah, what did it look like? Was it a big dog, a small dog, what color?
It was medium-sized, I guess. A mix of something. Mostly brown fur, a bit matted, like it had been out in the rain. And its ears were, well, one was floppy, and the other stuck straight up. It looked quite comical, actually.
Oh, how cute. So, what did you do? Did you try to shoo it away?
Well, I tried. I told it to go home, you know, like you do. But it just sat down and looked at me, as if waiting for further instructions. I walked on, and it followed me, keeping a respectful distance, but definitely following. Persistent little thing.
Persistent is a good word. It means it didn't give up easily. So, it just followed you all the way home?
Pretty much. I tried to lose it a couple of times, crossing the street, even ducking into a shop, but it waited patiently outside. It was like it had chosen me. By the time I reached my front door, I was starting to feel a bit responsible for it.
I can imagine. It's hard to resist a dog that's chosen you. Did you have any pets at home already?
No, not at all. I lived alone in a small apartment. I'd never really considered getting a pet. Too much responsibility, I thought. So, this whole situation was unexpected, to say the least.
Unexpected is right. So, what did you do when you got to your door? Did you let the dog inside?
Well, it was getting dark and starting to drizzle. Drizzle means light rain. I couldn't just leave it there. I sighed, opened the door, and it trotted in as if it owned the place. I knew then that this was the start of something complicated, I offered it some water in a bowl. What else could I do?
That's understandable. You were being compassionate. That means you were showing kindness and care for the dog. Did it drink the water?
Gulped it down. It was clearly thirsty. And then it curled up on my rug and fell asleep, as if it had lived there forever. I just stood there, watching it, wondering what on earth I was going to do. So, to recap, our story is about a young man, let's call him Alex, who keeps finding a stray dog following him home. He's not sure what to do. He can't keep the dog forever, can he? His apartment is small, and he travels for work sometimes. It's a tricky situation.
Exactly. Alex feels a bit conflicted, a word that means having mixed feelings. He likes the dog, it's friendly and clearly needs a home. But taking care of a pet is a big responsibility. It's not a decision to be taken lightly, you know, not something to decide quickly without much thought.
Right. And remember, we learned the word stray in the last part. A stray dog is a dog without a home, a lost dog wandering around.
Yes, and we also learned the phrase, to take something in, which means to give someone or something a home. Will Alex take in the stray dog? That's the central question of our story.
Now, Alex has tried to ignore the dog, hoping it would go away and find its own way home. But the dog, a scruffy, medium-sized mutt, a mixed breed, is persistent, meaning it doesn't give up easily. It keeps showing up at his door.
He even tried walking in a completely different direction one day, taking a very roundabout route, meaning a long and indirect way, hoping to lose the dog. But no luck. The dog, somehow, magically, found him again.
It's almost as if the dog has chosen Alex.
So, the story explores this dilemma, a difficult choice between two options. Alex is caught between wanting to help the dog and not being sure if he can handle the commitment of owning a pet.
It's a heartwarming story, meaning it makes you feel good and a little emotional about the unexpected bond or connection that can form between a person and an animal.
And about the responsibility we have to care for creatures in need. We'll see what Alex decides to do. He's got a big decision on his hands, meaning it's something very important he needs to think about carefully.
So, I tried to shoo him away. It's a word we use when we want an animal to go away, like shoo, shoo, go on, get. But he just sat there, wagging his tail, looking at me with these big, hopeful eyes. I couldn't resist. I went inside and got him a bowl of water and some leftover chicken. He devoured it, meaning he ate it very quickly and hungrily.
He sounds adorable, but also quite determined to stay with you. I guess he made himself right at home. So what did you do then? Did he have a collar? Any identification?
No collar, no tags, nothing. I checked him over for any injuries, but he seemed perfectly healthy, just a little thin, maybe a bit underfed. Underfed means not getting enough food to eat.
Poor thing. I can see how you started to get attached. It's hard to resist a hungry, friendly dog. And, attached, means you start to feel a bond with the animal. You start to care for it.
Exactly. I was starting to think, well, maybe I could keep him just for the night. It was getting dark, and I didn't want to leave him outside alone. I decided to call him Lucky, because, well, it seemed like he'd been pretty lucky to find me.
That's a sweet name. It seems like he was lucky, and perhaps you were too. Finding a furry companion can be a wonderful thing. But the responsible thing to do is still try to find his owner. What happened the next morning?
I decided to make some lost dog posters. A poster is a large printed notice, often put up on walls or lampposts, to share information. I wrote a description of Lucky and my phone number, hoping his owner would see it. In the meantime, Lucky was making himself even more comfortable, following me everywhere and snuggling up at my feet.
Snuggling up, that's a great phrase. It means to get close to someone or something in a comfortable and affectionate way, often for warmth or comfort. So, he was really settling in. It sounds like he picked you.
He did. And to settle in means to become comfortable in a new place. He was definitely settling in. He followed me into the kitchen while I made breakfast, into the living room while I read the paper, even into the bathroom. It was as if he had always lived there.
That's quite a bond forming quickly. The word, bond, describes a close connection or relationship between people or, in this case, between a person and a dog.
Okay, let's recap the story so far. Remember, recap means to summarize. I was walking home from work one evening when a scruffy, little dog started trailing me. He was friendly, but thin, and I couldn't just leave him there.
So you brought him home, even though you weren't sure about keeping him permanently. You named him Shadow, because he stuck to you like, well, a shadow. He charmed your family, especially your daughter, Lily, who instantly fell in love with those big, puppy dog eyes.
Exactly. And we put up "Found Dog" posters everywhere. Posters are those notices you stick on walls or lampposts but nobody called. We started to get attached, but I was still hesitant because of my busy work schedule. Hesitant means unsure or reluctant.
Then came the turning point. You took Shadow to the park, and he saved Lily from a runaway bicycle by barking and distracting the cyclist. He was a hero. Runaway means out of control. It was clear he was more than just a cute face. He was brave and loyal too.
That's right. That incident, or event, made me realize how much Shadow meant to us, especially to Lily. He was family. The thought of giving him up was unbearable, meaning I couldn't stand it.
So, despite your initial hesitation, Shadow officially became part of your family. You learned that sometimes, the best things in life are unexpected, like a stray dog choosing you. Stray means a lost or homeless animal. He brought so much joy and love into your home, proving that he truly belonged.
He did indeed. He went from a lonely stray to a beloved pet. It was a heartwarming experience. Heartwarming, meaning it made us feel warm and happy inside. And now, he's snoring happily at the foot of my bed as we speak.
What a lovely story. It reminds us that adopting a pet can be such a rewarding experience. And sometimes, they adopt us. Remember, rewarding means it gives you a sense of satisfaction or happiness. It's like the universe brought Shadow and your family together.
Thanks for listening to English Boost. Remember, practice a little every day and you'll see big results. See you in the next episode.